my black people. It's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at reality temple. Reality simple. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire at reality temple.
Peace forever and always, and I am that mighty one, the angel snuffing up 7. I'm your brother and hopefully your friend, Talik Ibn Ra. Going to be a little casual today with my introduction because we just want to talk. Now, being a person who profess that I do not believe in God, it is not to my advantage to get into a debate with those who believe in God. Because what you believe, you believe. And many of us, we become loyal to that belief. I myself, when I did believe in God, I never was loyal to that belief system. I always wanted my mind open to truth. And I call that truth real truth, not half truth, not piece of a truth, not truth according to my opinion, but real truth based in facts, based in the best factual evidence that we can apply in our reality. So, truth can be true. It's according to the form that you want to view truth as. It is true in religious teachings in Christianity that Jesus was born of a virgin. But the real truth is, in our reality, such a thing is impossible. There is no virgin that we know of in recorded humanity that a woman had a baby without the assistance of a male. So what is true in your religious belief system may not be true in our reality, and this is the reality stripper on earth, and I will do everything that I can to keep it factual, keep it in our reality. So I'm not going to argue and debate you over what you believe to be true, because you will believe what you wish to believe is true. However, in religion, you are asked to believe. So, if there's a need to believe, then, sorry, I just lost a little concentration. If you have facts, there's no need to believe. And there's a need to believe because you know, and your brain would tell you that something here in these religious teachings don't make sense. And Judge Judy, that judge that many of us know on television, she says all the time, if it does not make sense, chances are it is not true. And we're looking for real truth. But I want to talk to us about some of these religious beliefs, just a little taste. Not to debate, not to argue, but I want to give us something just to think about. Because, brothers and sisters, those of us who are the descendants of slaves born in America, our condition is that of a crime scene. slavery was a crime. To deny the human being the right to read, the right to write, the right to know who they are is a crime. Our very existence is a crime scene. So we should educate ourselves, and we should view ourselves as a CSI, a crime scene investigator. Because what is true this minute might be untrue the next. You and I, we are a living crime scene. So the purpose of the crime scene investigator is to attempt to solve the crime and catch the criminal and know what happened to the victim by forensic investigation, placing the crime scene under a microscope. But when you believe in your religious belief system, you think you already know. So most times, those who have this type of mentality, the crime goes unsolved. So you have a people that live in the United States of America confused, divided, all messed up because the crime scene was not properly investigated, and many of these think they know what happened. But the crime remains unsolved. Because if it was solved, then you wouldn't have to know or believe in anything, you would know. And your condition would change, because after a crime is solved, then the criminal is taken into custody, charges are brought forth, and justice is issued. But the criminals are still on the loose. In fact, we love the criminal. I only have a few seconds and about 6 minutes left, and I want to just bring up some questions for us. Actually, all of us can listen, but I would like to bring some questions to those who are believers in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Regardless whether you are in support of Louis Farrakhan or Eric Muhammad or any of these other versions of the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, however you want to call yourself, but what y'all all have in common, 5% nation, gods of earth. I forgot what the new name was for the 5% nation. But however you view yourself, we want to speak upon a little of the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. There was a scientist, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, or called this scientist a god. And his name, as you can see, women never do nothing. I guess this Shabazz person was a male. It's always a male. Y'all females never get no credit to doing nothing. You never did nothing in the whole 66 trillion years that black people have been in existence on this planet. Women don't do nothing. It's always men, but that's something else. Y'all love these religions and these teachings that don't view women as little or nothing. And that's a question in itself. Why do you? Why is always God is a man? It's always he do this, he do that. Never she. But without the she, there would be no man. Think about that. This fella, Shabazz, broke away from the other tribe. And he went into the jungles of Africa because in his mind, he viewed that black people were soft. So he wanted to harden us up. And in order to harden us up, to get us more tough, he decided to conquer the toughest place on the planet, which was the jungles of Africa. And Shabazz took a certain amount or group of people into the jungles of Africa. Elijah Muhammad called him a god. Now, if this Shabazz was God, why didn't everybody follow behind God? They didn't. Some people decided I ain't into that, and they decided to stay where they were. And Shabazz and those who wanted to support the ideas of this god Shabazz decided to go into the jungles of Africa. Again, why didn't everybody? This is God. Y'all supposed to worship God, serve God. So why are these in disobedience? Now, during this teachings, and y'all correct me if I'm in error, because it's been a while since I've read this story, but from what I remember, there was no mention of the word Islam. There was no mention in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad when he talked about the tribe of Shabazz and the making of a devil. There was no mention of a religion called Islam. There was no mention of these people worshiping somebody called Allah. There was no mention of a prophet Muhammad. There was no mention that these people even prayed. Because if Shabazz was a god, and the reason why these others, in my opinion, did not follow behind Shabazz was because they all were gods. They all were goddesses. And gods and goddesses don't worship God. However, if you are a child of God, you follow behind your parents. And after 1400 years under Islam, y'all still call yourselves children of Allah, children of God. After 1400 years, y'all still have not made no attempt to grow up. Islam is called a way of life. So, even though Islam was not mentioned during this period of time, the believers say Islam was there, it was a way of life. But a way of life has no name. Religion has name. Spirituality and those things that were designed and created by men are given names. But a way of life has no name. There is no name for the way of life a bee lives. There is no name for the way of life a deer lives. It's just, I'm a deer and I do my thing on this planet. I'm a bee, I do my thing on this planet. There is no way of life called beeism or deeranity. They just live their lives. And see, that's the way we should be. We should be just living our life. But we base our life on things created by some man. And men give whatever they create a name. But that which is in creation has no name. But see, we have been made unnatural. We've been made specified to that which is within the limitations of the mind of certain men. And these men are ignorant to the nature of what brought them into existence. So it is not natural to be under Islamic rule. It is not natural to be a Christian and all these different things. These are things that was forced upon us by men. You are not a natural man. So is it a shock? It should not be a shock to us that we are confused, divided, and all messed up. Let's talk about it. Jot down your comments and questions. And remember, this is not to argue and debate, just something to make you say, and give us something to think about. Peace and respect you.